Hello everyone, welcome to the personality development segment. I am Amrinder Singh and today we are going to explore a very powerful and essential topic, that is the importance of personality development in interpersonal skills. Now in this session, we'll understand what are interpersonal skills and personality and how personality development improves interpersonal skills. I'll try to explain this with simple examples and practical tips to make it easier for everyone to relate and apply in their daily lives. So now let us begin by understanding what are interpersonal skills and personality. Personality refers to who we are. Usually it is all about our nature, our attitude and behavior. But unfortunately, many people still assume that personality is only about appearance or clothing. You might have seen many people when they say that, a person is having a good personality because he is wearing good clothing or his dressing sense is good. While dressing sense is indeed a part of one's personality, we cannot deny the fact that it is a part of personality, but it is only a small portion of it. So what exactly personality is, we're going to talk about it today. And majorly it is all about how you behave with others, what kind of attitude you keep in yourself, a positive attitude, and usually your nature. And we also talk about that how we behave with others, our thinking process, our thought process, our mental stability is also a part of personality only. So we will discuss about it in brief in the coming moments. Now, I would like to give a very good example of this. The best example could be Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, as he was not a fashion icon, yet he is regarded as one of the greatest personalities in India because of his humility, integrity, and inspiring behavior. So this is one example you can keep it in your life, that if we respect somebody because of his personality, it is not about what he wears and how he looks. It is all about what kind of personality he carries to himself. Now, the second point we're going to cover here is what are interpersonal skills. These are, on the other hand, refers to how we interact with others, how we speak, how we listen, how we connect to others, how we trust others. So personality is who we are, and interpersonal skills are how we react and how we behave with others. So it's a great combination. Once you have both the skills with you, you're definitely be encouraging more success towards your life. And for this, the best example I can give here is Mr. Ratan Tata. He's highly respected not only for his achievements, but also for the calm, respectful, and thoughtful way of engaging with people. We cannot forget that how good he was while engaging to people with his personality and with his interpersonal skills. So if people liked him, it was just not because he was a quite famous personality. The other reason was that he was such a personality that people loved because of his public relations, because the way he was behaving with others, the way he was reacting on people's points of view. He was listening to everyone's point of view and then he was reacting. So when somebody likes somebody or when somebody respects someone, it is just not about the designation. It is mostly about, or mostly because of their personalities in near future. Now, we also need to understand that every relationship, whether at home, in the workplace, or even with strangers, completely depends on these interpersonal skills. In our normal life, we do not consider this, we do not even think about it, but this is the fact that whatever relations we keep it is happening because of our interpersonal relationships or interpersonal skills. However, it is also important to understand that strong personal or interpersonal skills require a solid foundation of personality. People who have great personalities, they are considered to have great relations or interpersonal skills with others. So we always need to work hard to work on our personalities so that we can have great relations with the people. Now we are going to talk about, which is very, very important to understand, that how does personality develop, or how does personality development improve interpersonal skills. The very first is that there are several core personality traits that form the foundation of good interpersonals. That core personality traits are confidence, empathy, positive attitude, patience, and open-mindedness. We are going to discuss about this in brief, that how these traits will help you to have great future or great success or great growth in life. So let us explore each of these traits with relevant examples and practical tips. It might help you to understand easily. So the very first we're going to talk about, that is confidence, because confidence builds better communication. How does it do it? A confident personality enables individuals to speak clearly and listen actively. I would like to give a good example over here, which says that consider or imagine someone giving a presentation. he is having a great knowledge about the topic that he's going to talk about, but he's lagging in that confidence at that point of time. He's sounding nervous, or he sounds nervous while giving his presentation. He fails to listen to your questions properly. The message is lost. Despite of their expertise, despite of the knowledge which he has, the presentation is unlikely to leave a strong impression, because we usually do not get impressed by the content. We get attracted, or we get impressed the way it is being delivered. So if a person is confident in giving his presentations, or it could be any group discussions, or discussions in future, or in front of public, the only thing that really matters here is that is confidence along with the knowledge. So we really need to work on our confidence. As I said, confidence builds better communication. Now there is a very quick tip to improve it. What you can do is, you can practice speaking in front of a mirror, or you can record your short videos, or you can have a conversation with your friends for a few minutes every day. This will definitely help you to boost your confidence, and working on improving your body language, facial expressions, and postures. So confidence, as I say, that it cannot be purchased. It must be developed through consistent practice. So when you're making videos, and I would personally suggest you to make videos rather than standing in front of mirror and making or practicing, because when you make videos, you can definitely compare. For an example, you have today's video and you're making a videos in the future as well. You can definitely see the difference. Have you got any difference in your confidence? Have you got any difference in your body postures, expressions? And these small things really work. Sometimes we ignore. When we make videos or when we just practice for English, or we for the language. But while practicing for the things, we always have to see our body language, our hands movement, our expressions, our gestures, and also our confidence. So more videos you'll be making, more help you'll be getting from yourself from the videos which you're making. The second point that comes here is empathy, because empathy improves understanding. Now how does it do it? So when you're kind and empathetic, other feel heard, respected, and understood. It means like when you try to empathize with people, they feel valued, and it is very, very important these days. The best example I can give here is that a nurse with a caring attitude is far more comforting to patients, not only through treatment, but also through compassion and emotional support. Just imagine that there is somebody in the hospital and you have appointed a nurse for that person, for that patient, and the nurse is not at all empathetic. She is not understanding the pain and the concern of the patient or the family. She is not listening to you carefully. She is not responding you. She is little rude. I'm sure that you and the patient will not feel comfortable with that nurse. If we take it otherwise, or if we take on the other hand, if there is a nurse who is very empathetic, she is trying to understand the concern of your family and for the patient, and she is understanding that pain, that what exactly the patient needs at that point of time. She is soft spoken, she is very kind and humble. So hopefully will be feeling more comfortable with that. Even patient would feel more comfortable with that nurse. And I always say that it is not just about the medicine. Sometimes your personality, sometimes your communication and your conversation heal the person as well. So we really need to work on these personality traits. The first was confidence, second is empathy, and now we are moving on to the third one, which is positive attitude, because it attracts people for sure. Positive attitude really attracts people. And how does it do it? Because a cheerful and optimistic personality naturally draws others in, or it naturally attracts others' attentions as well. It creates a friendly and encouraging environment, which is very much required. Whether at home, school, work, wherever you're going, if you are having this positive attitude in you, people would definitely be attracted towards you. Example for this could be when you need an advice or support, you never go to a person who is constantly complaining or discouraging you. Instead, you will turn to someone who inspires hopes and confidence. We always, whenever we need any sort of suggestions, we always try to look forward for somebody who is considered to be a very optimistic personality or a positive personality. Then only he'll be able to give you good advices or good support, or I would rather say good suggestions as well. So try to become a positive person. It's not that easy, but yes, we can work onto this. The best tip could be for that is that rather than worrying on the situation, for the problem, try to take a small step to solve it. Because at the end, it is not the problem who is going to make you a positive thinker. It is a small effort that you're putting towards that problem or to solve that problem is going to make you a positive thinker. Because then we start feeling, or we start getting an idea, we start getting a hope that when we are putting efforts today or tomorrow, we'll definitely get success or we'll definitely be coming out of this situation. So efforts help, just not the overthinking. So try to work onto this as well. Now we talk about the fourth one, which is patience. Very, very important part. Patience leads to better conflict resolution. How does it do it? It's like individuals with calm and patient personalities, they tend to listen before reacting. Now, when we see the world, most of the people, when we interact, they do not listen to us and then they react. And that's where the problem occurs. So that's where the relationship gets spoiled most of the times. So when we see the patient or the people with more patience, they are more capable of resolving conflicts more maturely as well. Right? And the best example we can see here is that in most of families, we always turn out to the person in case of crisis, in case of any troubles. We usually try to speak to the person in the family who is considered to be very calm, very composed individual, who listens to you, who responds wisely rather than going to a loudest or most reactive person. Even if you close your eyes and think of the moment when you were really worried, when you needed a suggestion or when you were in trouble and you wanted to meet somebody in the family, you always turn out to the person or you always try to reach the person who is very supportive, who is very calm and composed. So when we like to talk to such people, obviously people would also like to interact with you only once you are having this personality trait. So work on this personality, create your patience, try to help others. This will definitely help. Now, but how? How can we create or how can we become full of patience, or how can we become full of patience? So there is a very short tip for that. It's like when you feel angry, take a pause and count slowly from 1 to 10 before responding. I'm sure this would not change anything, but yes, this small act can help you think clearly and avoid impulsive reactions. Because our mind works this way. When we are angry, we whatever decisions we take, most of the times they are considered not to be correct one. So when you're counting from 1 to 10, your mind will get time to react. You'll have a time to respond accordingly. So try these tips. It might not work suddenly, but yes, slowly and gradually it will definitely work for you. And the next topic we're going to talk about, that is open-mindedness, because this is another trait that boosts your teamwork and emotional control. You have to be very open-minded for the things. When we are in the society, when we are dealing with the society, this is very important trait we need to have. So usually what happens is people with open and flexible personalities are more accepting of others' ideas. They tend to collaborate better in group or more emotionally balanced, which is very rare to find these days. What happens, like when somebody tries to give us any opinion, mostly we do not respect that opinion or we interrupt because we do not listen to that person carefully, or rather we are not open to the ideas of others. We believe that our ideas are the best one. If this solves, trust me, we have a better society, we have a better world in front of us. Here I would like to share a very personal example as well, that in one of our group assignments, what happened was I initially suggested making a PowerPoint presentation, which was more easier for me to do. But the teammate proposed that we should make a video, and the video might be more interesting. And trust me, for initially I was not that happy with that, but when we made it, I chose that yes, this is the better idea, or this could be the better idea. That video turned out to be highly engaging, received excellent response from the audience, and I found that here I learned something new. We can definitely work on videos as well. So tip for this is, before offering your opinion, ask at least one question to understand that person's point of view, what they think. You might learn something out of it. So remember, personality development is just not for interviews or jobs. It helps you connect better, speak kindly, lead wisely, and love more deeply, which is very much needed in the society. So your interpersonal skills are a mirror of your inner growth. Watch it every day so that you can grow regularly. So let's keep developing, not just for success, but for a stronger relationships. So work on yourself, people skills will come naturally. And I wish you all continued growth, success, and a meaningful relationship through strong personality and interpersonal skills, which are very much important. Stay positive and stay powerful in life. Thank you.